The dark night of the soul, let us gift a final wisdom in relation to this overused expression. And I say overused because although it rings true for many people, including Kirsty, including Kirsty's understanding of her journey to awakening, it is inaccurate to call it a dark night of anything actually, because it is quite frankly the brightest experience of your life, should you have one. Now we mistake depression often as the lowest pit of despair. Forgetful are we in our depression of the divine guidance it offers us, because it is only in our darkest depressions that we are divinely gifted our brilliance. But that is changing. That is no longer a requirement for our remembrance of who we are. Kirsty did experience suicidal tendencies during what she phrased as her dark night of her soul. And yes, she was left with no other choice but to deliver the light. But there's been an energetic shift since then. There has been an enormity of energy shifting globally, universally since then. And so, rather than requiring the depths of despair to shock you into your brilliance, like a lightning bolt piercing the concrete blocks that hinder your brilliance within, all now that is required is a gentle allowance of your all. So what does that mean? We keep talking about this allowance of the all that you are within. Can we get a little bit more specific? Let's try. We have within us a rainbow of emotions, a colourful sequence or series or collection or wardrobe even of feelings. And if we don't honour them all equally within our brilliant selves, then what happens is that we deny a very vital element of our being, existence. And so we cannot ever be complete. We cannot ever be united within. And if we are not united within, do you really feel like we could ever be united externally? First, we must honour our own quilts of emotion within. And that means that we sew into our being the dark patches along with the bright. That means that we honour the holes and the tears, not with rejection, but with a simple allowance of forgiveness, that they are not looking quite like we have been conditioned to believe that they should. And my lower self is feeling tears of emotion as I receive this wisdom with such divinity of freedom within. For even though it is not a perfect offering, now that I have this emotion within me, it is perfect nonetheless. For who I am in my fullness is a quilt made not only of light, but of all the darkness there ever was within. I had a message come through that I gifted to another a few days ago that mentioned that it is in our awakening that we realise that the darkness is our greatest gift of all. Now I will divinely share with you more understandings about that in time. But for now, let us begin a little by little, step by step, inch by inch, smidge by smidge, to begin to honour what we consider to be darkness attached to our truth, where in actual fact it is our truth attempting to shine despite your denial of the all. Sometimes I wonder, do I make sense? Do I even understand what is flowing from my being? And then I realise that it doesn't matter how my words are portrayed or expressed or gifted or offered or shared. It only matters that my intention is pure, that my heart is open, and that I am full of awareness of my all that I am. And again, I offer the same hand. This time, not with an invitation of assistance. This time just with a gift of appreciation for all that you are going through, for all that you are working towards. For that is quite possibly the most brilliant offering to the all that you could ever offer. Thank you.